Hello and welcome to RoboMonk Art and Tarot. I am RoboMonk. Today we are looking into what your ancestors or spirit guides need to tell you. Is there something coming up next that you need to know about? Is there a sign that you've been missing? Is there some kind of deep revelation that's coming up? These guides and ancestors are going to clue you in today on what that would be. See what resonates with you. And as a bonus for my subscribers, we have what wisdom is going to be told to you today. What do you need to hear? What wise words will help you on your way? So that's just my way of saying thank you to all of my subscribers. This is a pick a card. There are 3 piles in front of you to choose from. So you can choose which pile resonates with you. You can watch all 3. It really doesn't matter. It's just whatever calls to you. So we have the image, we have the gemstone, and we have the life path or destiny number. And if you're wondering what a destiny number is, you can check down in the description below, and it is there to tell you exactly that. So thank you all of you for being here with me today. I truly appreciate it. Let's see what the gemstones are today and see which pile resonates with you. In pile 1, we have red aventurine. In pile 2, we have hematite. In pile 3, we have purple amethyst. Go ahead and see which resonates, and I'll see you in that pile. Hello, pile 1. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Today we are looking into what different advice does our spirit guides and our ancestors have for us today. And we also have a subscriber bonus of different wise words that we need to hear right now. So that's my way of saying thank you to all of you who have subscribed. I truly appreciate it. So now to the question at hand. We're going to see what our spirit guides and ancestors really want us to know right now. We have several different cards here in front of us, and I'm going to draw images and place them onto the cards, and then I'm going to type out several different phrases that I'm hearing from spirit or your guides or ancestors down below each card or beside each card, and we're going to interpret this all together and see what the message is. So let's see where you're at right now. What is the actual current situation you're in? The first image that I see is you standing on your head. Your hands are planted firmly on the ground. Your feet are way up in the air. But this is a solid handstand, okay? And it's balanced by a trophy on top of your feet. There are different bushes with flowers behind them. Things seem to be growing for you. Things seem to be doing very well for you. But how long can you keep up a handstand? That is the question. So what does this all mean? Spirit says you have accomplished something that has been hard to achieve, but how to keep it up? So you've achieved something, but it needs to be maintained. It needs to be cultivated, and you've achieved some success with this, but you're wondering, what are the next steps? How do I actually get from here to the next step without falling over? You may be afraid that you will lose your balance at any time and things will come crashing down. So let's see what's going to happen here. Let's see what you're aware of, what you're not aware of. Maybe there's a challenge card up ahead of what to do in this situation. Let's find out what your ancestors and guides have to say. This next image that I see is one of hands clapping. They're all clapping for you and this trophy that you've earned. It must have been a huge achievement for you. It must have been something that was a personal achievement, but also everyone else around you has really recognized that this was a major achievement. and they are clapping for you, and the trophy is up there, but it's on that pedestal that's balancing on your feet, and it's starting to crack, okay? So your guides and your ancestors are saying you are getting recognition, but how are you going to keep it going? You're feeling exhausting just maintaining what you're doing right now. How could you possibly go the next step? How could you go the next level, which people are expecting you to do? And this seems like a horrible situation to be in, even though you're getting applause and recognition for your achievement. Something you aren't aware of is in this next card. I see you running with that trophy. You're finally on your feet and you're moving again. You've decided that where you're at is not maintainable. It's not something you can keep going with. So you are actually diverging paths with all of those others that are actually clapping for you. It's something that you may not have thought in your wildest dreams would happen. And an example of this would be, let's say you get a promotion in a job and you're thinking, wow, this is amazing. I've gotten a promotion. I love the money. I love what has happened as far as me getting to this spot. But now I'm in this spot. There's so much work to do. I've lost X amount of hours per day to actually focusing on this job. And now I don't know if I can maintain a good work ethic in this job. I don't know if I could actually even level up to the next level in this career. So even though you've achieved what you wanted to, once you're there, you may think, this just isn't me. And that's okay. The fact that you've gotten there is a big achievement already. That's something that Spirit and your guides and your ancestors really wanted you to feel. That achievement of doing what you said you were going to do and having the tenacity to do it. But now, it's okay if you diverge paths from where you thought you were going to be. It may cause you some fear, some anxiety, but it may be the best path for you. You have to double check with Spirit, your guides, and ancestors with this. But they're saying another offer is coming in that may be a better fit. Maybe it's time to quit while you're ahead. So you have this trophy, you've gotten this promotion, or you've gotten these accolades, right? This recognition for this achievement. Now you can say, okay, thank you very much. I'm going to go over to this other company, or I'm going to do this now. And I really appreciate the time that I've put in with this company or this achievement or this project. But now it's time for me to go. And that may cause a stir, but it may be the best for you. The next card I see is really a challenge card. In and of that, your guides and your ancestors and Spirit are challenging you in this situation to have clarity. So I see you in your meditation. I see you surrounded by your own energy, and you are pointing the way. You are cutting through your energy and saying, this is the way. And there's all of these different swirls and energy and everything around you trying to influence you, but you're not letting it happen. And your guides and Spirit and your ancestors are saying your inner turmoil may give you doubts about your path and abilities. The challenge is to have strength and clarity. So knowing yourself, knowing when enough is enough, and getting off that train. Because if you try and continue on, things might not go so well. You might not have the best reputation after things fall apart. So now is the time to quit while you're ahead and go to do something else that resonates with you more fully. This card that was just drawn I get a sense to draw an arrow down below because this directly relates to this next card here. So I see you and your guides and ancestors looking at your soul. You are reflecting on your soul. You're seeing how it shines, how it lightens the world. And your guides and ancestors are pointing towards your inner light. Your soul needs to express itself differently than how it is right now. So even though you may feel on top of the world, you have this inner doubt of how you can keep it going. And maybe you've reached the pinnacle. You've reached the top of what you were supposed to achieve in this path, and it's time to switch paths. Time to see how your soul can shine in a different way. And your guides and your ancestors are saying, please don't ignore this feeling. Please accept it, honor it, and really think about it. The next image I see is one of Spirit holding out a wand that is upright. A new endeavor, creation, or project is heading for you. This could come in the form of a person with an opportunity for you, saying, hey, you know what? We're a startup and we need exactly the skill set that you have, or we have something new that the world has not seen yet. We need you to be on this project. Or there could be some kind of new way of thinking that you just really want to shift into, all right? You've done what you could in this past way of thinking. You need to shift. You need to have something new in your life and really shift to still enjoy life, to still get that passion out of it. And you may be wondering if you're ready for it. But your guides say yes, even though you may be afraid. Say yes. Your guides and ancestors are also warning you that this is not going to be an overnight success. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some patience. Even though you are starting this new path, you will not achieve the goal for some time. There's going to be a lot of lessons that are meant to be learned along the way, and it's all part of the plan. So if you fall down, get back up, learn from what you can, and keep going. This is all part of the expression of your soul. This is all helping you shine brighter. So know that as I see you climbing this mountain, and it's not a straight path up to the actual top of it, that there are many lessons to learn. So when you have a down day or you have an up day and you really feel very down or very up, say, what can I learn from this? What was I supposed to learn from this? What is something that I can do better? What is something that I did really well in this situation that I had learned in my past and I applied in this situation? So never sell yourself short. Always give yourself credit where it's due, but then also be humble enough to know that there are still some things that we all have to learn, right? We never know everything, and that's part of life. So this is a pretty solid reading, pile one. This is something that I think, a lot of career-based people would really relate to, or if you're trying to do something that's just incredibly hard to do, maybe some kind of solo project or small project, and you're trying to get it out in the world, this you can probably relate to as well. All right. So thank you so much for being here with me today. I truly appreciate it. I want to thank your guides and your ancestors for being here today, and of course, Spirit for being here with us today. Know that you're loved, know that you're blessed, and I'll see you next time. Hello, Pile 2. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Today, we are looking into messages from our ancestors and guides of what we need to know right now. What is it that's going to really help us achieve our path, achieve our ascension, and really help us along our way? We also have a subscriber bonus of wise words we need to hear right now. This all ties in together. It's my way of saying thank you for subscribing. I truly appreciate it. And most of you have on this channel, which is just amazing. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. So here in pile 2, we have several different cards here in front of us, and we are going to look at them and see what's actually happening. So I'm going to draw images that I receive from Spirit. I'm going to place them on the cards. I'm going to type down below these cards different phrases that I hear from Spirit or your guides or your ancestors, and we're going to interpret them all together. So let's get started. Your current situation is in this first card, and I see you in meditation pose, and you are desperately trying to receive Spirit into your life, or your guides or your ancestors. You're saying, please give me some advice. I see shields all around you, and there are arrows coming in, okay? The shields are stopping these arrows, all right? So you are protected, but there seems to be a lot going on here, pile 2, around your life, and you may not feel that protected. You may not feel that clarity in your life of what to do next. And your guides and your ancestors are saying it's time to lay low, which means time to be yourself. Don't do anything too rash or too bold at this moment. And it's time to listen to your guides and your ancestors in Spirit. It's time to take that moment of meditation and really look around you to see what signs you are possibly missing. Because there's a lot going around you, I can see in this first card, and it's good to have groundedness and clarity throughout all of this. So this second card is something that you're aware of. You're actually making a choice right now, okay? So you're deciding, I see you deciding between 2 cups, and they are, one is filled with a darker liquid, and one is filled with a lighter liquid, and you aren't sure what is what means what. You're not sure exactly about what you're stepping into. So you have to make a choice, and you're not aware of all of the information yet. So maybe you're trying to invest emotions into a situation or a person. Maybe you're trying to invest time into a situation or a person, or money into a situation. And this is something that takes time, takes meditation, and you have to know all of the facts before you make a move. Your ancestors and guides are really asking you to do this, to take a step back if you can, and really know what the situation is, and to do some research. This bottom card is what you're not aware of, okay? So I see 2 masks. One is of a happy face. The other is of an angry face, or maybe someone who is being a little bit more malicious. And your guides and your ancestors are saying someone is not being completely honest in this deal, all right? You need to explore and research about your options. So someone that is presenting you these 2 choices may not have your best intentions. And in this channel, I love to stay positive, but I love to protect my viewers as well. So I want you to know this, your guides want you to know that if you are making a choice, make sure you know all of the different angles. Make sure you know what you're signing, okay? So if there's any contracts coming up, know what you're signing when you are actually going to do this. If you need to contact a lawyer that you trust and have them look over that contract before you sign it, this is a great situation to do that, all right? So don't go into this alone. Know that your guides and your ancestors are with you, And they are saying to do some earthly research, okay? Really get out there and ask someone who knows what they're doing in the situation that you trust and is really going to help you in this situation. So it's with this kind of compass, this inner compass, that you need to really start exercising, okay? So it all starts with you and you listening to yourself. This next image I see is of you, okay, looking inward, looking at your soul, and you are really trying to reflect. You're trying to hear what your guides are saying, and your guides can tell you if something is off. You get that feeling, and if you have experienced it, you know what I mean. You get that feeling in a situation where you think, this doesn't seem right. This is too good to be true, or this just seems not what I have been presented. There's something else to this. This person seems too eager to get into this situation, or wants me to get into this situation, and I'm not sure why. And Spirit and your guides are saying it's time to ignore outside advice of other people. Listen to you and your guides, all right? You will know the truth. So with this, we have kind of two different opinions here. Now, this is a general reading, but what does this actually mean? Here's how I see it. Time to ignore outside advice of other people. Yes, I think a lot of people have been giving you uneducated advice about this situation. There could be one person that is a professional that may help you through this, that may have some really good advice that you need to seek out, but also listen to your guides, because everyone is different. Everyone is in a different situation. But where it all starts is listening to yourself and to your guides. They're going to guide you to the truth, okay? Whether that is with a person that is actually knowing what they're talking about, or just going off the energies you get from the situation, you're going to know what to do. Whether it's to go ahead or back out, or to maybe let go of this person, all right, in this situation, and find a new choice to choose from. This next image, I see you walking away from another person that is holding a rock. This person has a lot of rocks that they're trying to really give to you. I see this as the person that has the mask on. They are trying to give you responsibilities that they should be working on, okay? They are trying to lighten their load onto you, and that's not necessarily fair, all right? So you may need to walk away from unwanted responsibilities. Someone might be trying to give you their work or responsibilities that they should be working on themselves, okay? So that's why it's really time to do a check-in with how you're feeling in this situation, what your guides are telling you in this situation, and if there truly is some kind of legal aspect to this, do seek out a person that knows what they're talking about. Don't think about, okay, well, this is my friend, they're very trustworthy, great, but seek out a professional, okay, that really knows what this contract is saying, okay? Your friend can be great in a lot of different situations, but maybe this is time for a professional. Once you made your choice on what you're going to do, and this feels like you are walking away from this person that is trying to give you responsibilities, which seems like a very good plan. Good fortune will come in either with a person or a situation that's going to be presented to you with clear goals and good advice. So I see you holding out your hands, and a giant coin is dropping into them here. It's going to be a situation where you look back at the choice that you had before in this top left card and you just weren't sure what to choose, well, there was a reason, because it could be that one choice was a really bad choice and would have really messed you up on your path. And the fact that you said, no, thank you, I'm going to go somewhere else, and you did go somewhere else, now you have really good choices. Now you're looking at some good fortune coming your way. So you have really thought about this. You have checked your inner soul. You have checked your energy. You have listened to your guides. You now have found clarity about yourself on what you want to do. You have possibly reached out to one person that is a professional that you know and trust, if there's any contracts involved, to see what they think. And now you have made your decision, okay? More good fortune is coming your way after you've gone through this process, after you've listened to yourself, because you may not have been giving yourself enough credit with the compass and the guide that is inside you. And now that you've done that, more good fortune is coming your way. Listening to the energies of the people around you, you will know if it's resonating with you or not. As you go through life, you'll get more and more better at this, right? It's like an exercise. It's like working out. The more you do it, the better you get at it. And your guides are there to help you. Your ancestors are there to help you to really feel the energy around you. They may amplify it for you so that you are very sure about what is being presented to you, whether it's a good thing for you or a bad thing for you. That's something that I have felt with my guides and ancestors. Sometimes I get an overwhelming feeling of energy that's good or bad. And I know at least that way to say, okay, I know which one I'm going to choose because this feels good. All right. So pile 2, I'm very excited for you at the end of this process. It is a process, but it's something that we all need to know about. And the fact that we know about this is really going to give you a heads up on your path. So this is wonderful. I'm excited for you to get through this journey and to listen to yourself, exercise that way of looking at other energies around you and seeing which resonates for you the best. Okay. All right. Well, pile 2, thank you so much for being here with me today. I truly appreciate you. And I want to thank your guides and ancestors for being here with us today. And I want to thank Spirit, of course, for being here with us today. Know that you're loved, know that you're blessed, and I'll see you next time. Hello, Pile 3. Thank you so much for being here with me today. We are going to see what your ancestors and spirit guides have to say to us today about what's coming up, any different signs we're missing, what's going to help us on our path ahead. All of that is going to be great. And we also have a subscriber bonus, which is about any wise words that we need to hear right now. And I just want to say thank you to all of you. Most of you have subscribed to my channel, which is just amazing. So this is my way of saying thank you to all of you for doing that. It's truly a blessing. You are all a blessing. So thank you so much. All right. So we have here several different cards here in front of us. We are going to look into all of the meanings that are going to be coming at us. So I'm going to be drawing an image that I received from Spirit, placing it onto the card, and then typing down below any messages that I get from Spirit, your guides, or your ancestors. We're going to interpret them all together, all right, as we go along. So let's get started. The first image that I see, you are cheering on this turtle, this little turtle. You are really saying, go, 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 little turtle. And this turtle is trying as quickly as can be, but of course, turtles aren't that quick. And it's moving, all right? It's moving ahead. What does this all mean? It means you are making progress in what you are trying to do, all right? You're celebrating your small achievements, and it's slow progress, but steady progress. And that's great. That's great that you are actually celebrating those small achievements, because that's what keeps you going. That's what keeps you motivated. And you deserve it, right? Even those small achievements are achievements. So don't sell yourself short, which is good. So this is where you're at right now. Let's see about something that you may be aware of that's happening right now. I see you in a boat, more likely a canoe, and you are traveling down a river. You are taking a well-worn path, right, down this river. You have done it several times before. This seems to be something that you're comfortable with, something that you're used to. You've been going with the flow, achieving your goals in the normal manner, and it seems that either your expectations or other people's expectations around you are very high, all right? The fact that you stay in this river, the fact that you achieve your goals in this normal manner, there's something about tradition coming through here, all right? So maybe your ancestors or maybe your 3D Earth plane parents have achieved these same goals, and they expect you to achieve these same goals in the same way that they did, right? It's very heavy-handed. It's a little more based on tradition than anything else, okay? But you're doing it with slow but steady progress, and you are achieving small achievements, okay? Which is great. That's good. But you may be wanting something a little different, or maybe a little bit quicker than where you're at right now. So let's see what's going on with something that you aren't aware of. This next image, I see a rabbit with giant ears, and it's holding a coin. This coin is all about abundance. It's about prosperity. And this rabbit has it, okay? It's something that is saying, okay, the time for maturity is over, meaning you have grown to your full potential. You are ready to be achieving what you want to achieve in a quicker manner. There's going to be rapid growth, and now it's time to reap the rewards, okay? So rather than the turtle that's very slow, you're going to be more embodying the rabbit, okay? And no, this isn't the tortoise and the hare type of situation. This is more of just getting into the groove of things, getting into your own patterns, your own way of doing things, and really being able to achieve what you want more rapidly, but in a positive and meaningful way. Even though you're going faster, it just means that you've done a lot of growing up to this point, and now you're really understanding what to do and mastering what you need to do. And this leads to quicker achievements. So there's some repercussions with this new way, all right? This rabbit way. I see you getting out of the boat, going off of the river, going into this other path that no one has traveled before. It could be that you are taking a route in your career or taking a route in your education that no one has taken before in your family or in your ancestry. This is something that's very new to those that are around you here in this 3D Earth plane. And your ancestors and your guides are encouraging you, saying, yes, it is time for a new path that's not so traditional. Others may challenge you on your new way of prosperity, but think for yourself. because I see a hand coming up that's saying, stop. What are you doing? Where are you going? Why are you doing this? And this may be different people that care about you, that are around you, saying, whoa, what's going on? We aren't sure what you're doing or why you're doing it. And it's just because you have been thinking for yourself, okay? You've been thinking, okay, this traditional way has worked for others, and it's starting to work for me, or it has worked for me in the past, but not entirely, right? I see if I go over here, this would be more representational of my soul and my spirit, and this would be a better way for me to reach my prosperity. And you're taking it, right? You're thinking for yourself. And that's not being selfish. That is just aligning your goals with your spirit, right? That is saying, no, this is more me, right? This is the way I need to achieve it. And we're all built differently, so we all need to achieve different goals different ways. And that's okay. That is okay. Your guides are really coming down and encouraging you on this. This next card I have felt in the past, and I'm sure some of you have felt it as well. You are being torn in two. It feels like you're being torn from your past and torn into your future. And there are outside influences tearing you both ways. And you may feel a lot of pain or emotion about this, and it's very normal. The fact that you're breaking tradition, the fact that you're going your own way, the fact that others around you don't understand what's going on, your guides and your ancestors and spirit understand you completely. They can see further than anyone else here can on this 3D earth plane. So know that they are trusting you, they encourage you where you're going. But there may be other souls down here on this 3D earth plane that are just saying, what is happening? Please come back. Please come back. And then your future self is saying, no, you need to come this way. You need to come this way. And you may feel torn. So your guides and your ancestors are saying you may feel pulled in two different directions between tradition and this new way of thinking. Others will judge no matter what. No matter what you choose, other people will judge you. Whether you go into this new path or you stay in the traditional, people will judge you. So do what you feel you are called to do. That's huge. Either way, you're going to be judged, so do what you need to do. If it's not hurting yourself, if it's not hurting others around you, then go for it. This next image I see is you holding the scales of justice. And where you may have felt that you were making your own decisions, you come to realize that there were some major influences outside of yourself that were actually weighing in on this decision, right? So you may realize the influences around you that have made you choose different choices in the past. Some have been good, some not so much. Let go of those tipping your scales in their favor, right? So some people come in just to help you. They want to see you succeed. Others have come in and placed their weights on your scale to help themselves. Maybe they need you around them, or want you around them for whatever reason. Maybe they're being selfish in this situation. They don't want to see you leave. But with all of this, it's time to take stock of who is actually helping you in your scales and who is influencing the scales towards their own favor. And that latter half, let them go. It's time to let them go. This last card, I see you walking your path away from the river. It's time to trust yourself. Not rely too much on other earth plane souls for advice. Your spirits and guides and ancestors will guide you. They've got you. They are there for you, and they understand where you're going. So know that this new path is blessed. Know that others that have your good intentions in mind will come around. They will come around to you. They will show their support. It may be in a little bit. It may take some time. But if they have their true good intentions for you and they see you happy, they will come around. They will understand. All right? So pile 3, another awesome reading. I truly appreciate you being here with me today. And I want to thank your guides and ancestors for being here with us today. And of course, Spirit for being here with us today. Know that you're loved, know that you're blessed, and I'll see you next time. Hello, all my subscribers. Thank you so much for being here with me today. We are looking into some words of wisdom from your guides and really just what is going to happen, what you need to look out for. What is some words of wisdom that you need to hear right now? So we have 3 different decks here in front of us. They're actually all oracle decks today. So we are going to look into the different messages that they tell us. So I'm going to shuffle on camera. I'm going to put these over here. And as I shuffle, I just want you to think about different messages or questions that you've been wondering and really put your power into these cards as I'm shuffling them so we can get some good answers from Spirit, from your guides, from your ancestors. What really is it that you need to hear about today? Okay? And I hope all of you are doing well. I hope this finds you well at whatever path you're walking right now. And if you need a little bit of love and light, just know that I'm sending it to you today, right now. This is for all of you that need that little extra pick-me-up. All right? Okay, so we've got a good shuffle on this one. And I'm hearing this time Spirit is saying 3 different piles, 3 different rows. We're going to go down here. And we're also going to maybe crisscross. It doesn't actually have to be so rigid where we are just saying this is my pile or this is my row. You can actually crisscross ever which way that you need to in order to get that message that you need to hear. So I'm going to mix these up here as well. Words of wisdom. Words of wisdom. They're very rare. Very rare. You hear a lot of words every day, and very rarely are they words of wisdom. So I hope we can get something here for you today. And none of these will be read upside down, or as we like to say, in reverse, because these are oracle cards. So I like to read these right side up so that we get a clear message from the oracle card. Okay, let's get some order in here. Right. And I love these cards here too because they have different messages on them, as you can see. We're going to see which ones are going to come up for you. I'm going to shuffle these all here. There's so many different topics, which is interesting. So as they're flashing by you, as I'm shuffling, if there's something that really stands out to you even then, take that as a sign, because there's so many different topics coming through on these here. All right. Okay. Now, we're going to have 3 different rows here. I'm going to lay out all the different cards here first. And let's see. I'm going to put... Yes, okay. I'm going to put these first here. So this one here. And then Spirit is telling me to cut this one, so I'm going to cut in half. And this one here. And then I'm going to cut this deck here. All right. Go. And we're going to see what this is all about. So change direction. We aren't sure about what yet. So we're going to find that out together. Okay. All right. And then let's do this all again. So let's see. I have this card here. All right. And then we have this one here. Okay. And then this, I'm going to cut again. It's a shallow cut this time. Notice that special person. Interesting. All right. See what that one's about too. These are fascinating topics. I love that. All right. And then one more time, we're going to do this one here. Okay. And this one really wants to cut here. And then here. Very good. All right, spend the day with God. Now, when you think of God, this can be any way you think of the higher power, okay? So I know that word means a lot to a lot of different people, so you can replace that word with that whichever one you need to. All right. So I'm excited to see what these words of wisdom are, okay? So let's see what's going on. The first pile here, we have get grounded. Empath, highly sensitives connect with nature, okay? We have wild, interesting, all right? Looks like she's actually going forth with a lantern, not exactly knowing what's next. She looks a little scared, actually. And change direction. Today's lesson. Know that healing sometimes depends on strength, willingness, and ability to change direction. Many people postpone doing so to fear or laziness, and then they wonder why they're not happy and healthy. Your goal, to make one solid, effective healing choice by the end of the day that can positively change the direction of your life. Wow, that's huge. This all goes very well together. Okay, so you're going into the wild here. You are making sure that you have some kind of focus with this lantern, okay? And this person here is definitely not prepared, okay? They have an evening dress on. Things are getting tangled. They had to hop in this boat and make sure that they just had some kind of focus and they left, right? So if you can be more prepared than this person, all right, maybe having the right kind of equipment, having the right kind of clothing on, in which I mean to get grounded, okay? So having the right tools before you can actually step into that boat and change direction is huge. You can even just say, you know what, mentally, I need to change direction. I need to change direction today. What does that look like? All right. Then you get grounded and you say, okay, what do I really practically need to do to change direction? Okay. So yes, this woman is very brave. She is out in this boat looking for something. She is changing direction. She has just not really probably had the chance to prepare. She just had to leave, okay? So if we can at all prevent this situation, I think that would be the best. But if you are in the situation, if you had something of a tower moment happen where you had to change direction now, and all you have is you and this little lantern, and you are going off into the wild, Spirit wants you to know that your guides and your ancestors are with you. You are not alone. There is no need to fear. And through strength and willingness and your abilities, you will prevail. You will get through this. So if you have time to prepare, then it's best. If you don't have time to prepare, then know that Spirit is with you, even though you're afraid, even though you feel unprepared. You have so much strength and ability to get through this, and it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I do want to look at this card under here, and this is a person that is actually sitting in a chair, and they are on top of a weather vane, which moves with the wind, okay? So the wind makes this move in the direction that the wind is going. And this person on this chair is actually going towards that direction, right? They've had to swivel around and start moving. Now, what's interesting about this is they themselves haven't had to move. It was their environment that changed to where they are now moving in a different direction. So that could be the case for you too. It could be something of a tower moment right here, that your environment totally changed, and now you absolutely have to change in that direction yourself. So that is a different way of looking at this. Rather than being prepared, if there's a moment that you can get grounded, if there's a moment of respite, right, where you can rest for a minute, gather your thoughts, and then reconnect with Spirit and actually say, okay, Spirit, I'm here now. This is where I am at. Where do I go? I need a sign. I need a sign now, please. And Spirit never fails. There's going to be something coming through that tells you the direction that you need to go. All right? You need to go that way. So that is row 1. My subscribers, let's see what row 2 has. All right? And again, you can mix and match whichever way is going to resonate with you. So here we go. We have, don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Now, this is something that's very interesting, because we have a person that is covering their eyes, and they are shining brightly otherwise, but they're covering their eyes so that they fit in. And when we say dim our light, that means our positivity, right? That's nothing about being vain. It's nothing about being showy. It's nothing about being, I'm better than you. That's not what we're talking about. So it's not about showing that you're better than others. It's about being beautiful and letting your soul shine that beauty without it being dimmed. Okay? So let's say there's someone around you that is being somewhat negative, and you are just radiating this positivity, right? And they are coming in and saying, don't do that, right? And you may be just saying, oh, I hope everybody has a great day. And they look at you strangely, you know, they don't believe you or something like that. Maybe there's a social pressure for you to stop saying that. Well, that's you spreading positivity. That's you shining your light. And the fact that you are saying this to others and spreading that positivity, then let that light shine. Don't dim your light. Don't let it be put out by others around you that are in a different place. And that's exactly what's happening. Is these these persons, these people, are in a different place, walking a different path than you. So the fact that you are walking your path, you are shining your light, you are actually going to be a beacon to someone else. You are going to attract someone else. And if you are putting out that positivity, then you will attract positivity. Sometimes you attract negativity from people that don't want to see your positivity because they see you as being better than they are or in a better place than they are. And that's actually on them. That has nothing to do with you. That has nothing to do with the path that you are walking. That is something that they have to deal with. And the fact that you don't dim your light is actually going to encourage them to back away, right? They may try and dim your light, but if you don't, they will back away. They will say, oh, well, she's just weird, or he's just weird, and they're just always happy, always happy. I don't know why. And that's okay. That's fine. But the fact that you are expressing your soul down here in this 3D earth realm the way you're supposed to, keep doing it, no matter what other people tell you, because if you are spreading positivity, if you are empowering yourself and empowering others around you, there's really nothing wrong with what you're doing, okay? You're letting your light shine, and don't let it dim. That was a great card. Sadness. Interesting. All right. So we have a woman here that is looking downward. She's very sad, very melancholy. Let's see what's going on here. There's probably a connection. Notice that special person. And what I love about this is that she's actually looking at herself, all right, from a different tree. Now, this could be a different person that's coming in your way, but this also could be looking at yourself as a special person, as a person that is actually worthy of note. Today's lesson: on this day, take notice of someone whom you've previously ignored. That person is your teacher, your special angel, and he or she will do or say something you've been waiting for, just because you're recognizing the beauty of his or her spirit. Your goal? To see that everyone is capable of helping you heal, and vice versa. All right. So here, I see this person as you looking in the mirror and seeing what you actually have to say to yourself. Sometimes you will really surprise yourself at what you have to say to yourself. And sometimes that's just talking about things out loud. Sometimes it's writing it down in a journal and not stopping. I've done that before, and you are first really just kind of complaining about what's going on, or just saying, I don't know what's happening, that kind of stuff. You're just first pouring out your feelings into this. All of a sudden, you start to get some of the answers, and then you start to see some of the revelations that are going on, and you can read it back and you think, oh, wow, this is intense. But this is exactly what's happening. This is exactly how I'm feeling. And maybe this is what I can do about it. And that has helped me several times. I have also, chatted to myself in the mirror just to say, okay, this is what's going on, RoboMonk. What do I need to do? What can I do about this? And if I talk to myself long enough, I can get to a point where I am actually saying, okay, this is how I feel. This is what I need to do. All right. And, if other people look at you oddly, maybe you do it when you're alone. Okay. So that helps you clear your head and get grounded. That's the real thing, is get grounded. Now, if there's somebody else out there that you just haven't connected with, maybe they're a person that's very shy, very quiet, but you are able to connect with them, go for it. This person has an answer for you that you've been waiting for. Something out there is really attracting you to them right now. And this could be, all right, this could be a soul being, this could be a person, this could be some kind of animal or plant, but there's some kind of connection here that it's something that you may have just overlooked, or maybe it wasn't really in your field of vision at this time, but now is the time to really say, oh, all right, I'm going to take some time and really get to know this soul, really get to know them and see what kind of connection we have. That's wonderful. All right. We have Starseed. What lights you up, Starseed? We have procrastination. Okay. And then we have spend the day with God or Spirit or whatever word you want to place there. Today's lesson. This is a day for you to spend with God. A day of prayer, a day of silence. Imagine that your entire world is a sacred chapel. Every inch of your life is filled with grace and the presence of the divine. Your goal, to visualize yourself in the company of heaven every minute of the day. Now that is a worthy goal. That is something that takes commitment. All right? Takes commitment. So the fact that you're spending time with Spirit, the fact that you are connecting with Spirit, and I would say, maybe it's time to listen, right? A day of silence to me means listening to Spirit coming through and just seeing what it has to say to you, right? So you may be in a point where you don't really know what lights you up anymore, and you're procrastinating making a decision. Maybe you're procrastinating making that change, right? That change of direction. And it's because you aren't sure where to go. Well, it's time to get grounded, all right? So that connection there. It's time to get grounded, making sure that you aren't dimming your light for sure. And this procrastination here is because you may have some fear. And that's okay to have fear. That is a survival technique that we don't get into a situation that might harm us, okay? But some way, somehow, we have to get through that, or else our lives just stop. We stop living. So with this, connecting with Spirit, connecting with what lights us up now, and don't make any assumptions of what used to light you up. I've done that before where I thought, oh, well, I used to be really into music. That really lit me up for a long time. Now I should continue to be into music, right? And it's just not the case. I love listening to music, but I don't really love playing music anymore. And that's okay. That got me through a certain part of my life. And this here, what lights you up now? What is it now? And don't make any apologies about what lights you up now to your past self, because you may have transformed. You may have gone through an ascension where you have a different part of you that needs to be lit up now, okay? And don't let anybody else dim that light, all right? So really get grounded, connect with Spirit, spend a whole day or however long you need listening to Spirit, okay? Listening to Spirit. If you have to convince yourself with this procrastination, once you hear Spirit's signs, then really take some time with yourself as well to really get focused on what it is you need to do, right? What are the practical steps that you need to take in order to change this direction or go for what lights you up now, all right? So the fact that you have this passion now, there's no age limit on it. There's no limits on it at all whatsoever. Gender, whatever, it doesn't matter. If this lights you up right now, this is why, right? this is your time to get lit up about that. So just accept that and know that you can be passionate about whatever it is that you are passionate about now, and that's okay. That is absolutely fine. So, my subscribers, I truly appreciate this time with you. It's always fun to see what happens in these cards together. And this was an amazing reading again. I always love these bonuses. So thank you so much for being here today. I want to thank Spirit for being here with us today. I want to thank your guides and ancestors for being here with us today. And know that you're loved, know that you're blessed, and I'll see you next time.